All right, action. So what I found, obviously you don't need to be Einstein to work it out. Gave that to get my release right under my jaw there, so it's in line with my eye. I mean, that's only logical, isn't it? What's going on? Have it out when I changed the scope from the beiter back to the Shorelock scope. I threaded the blue fibre in, and I put a number 1 clarifier in, a 3/32, so I can still see the whole scope. I get the scope picture and I can line it up with the scope. I can see the pin really nicely in these conditions, and it's a bit dark here today, but it'll be dark in the bush. But what I'm going to do, I've allowed, don't know if you can you see that all right? I've got a lot of, like, I've left this long, and what I'm going to do is I bought an Axel blue light, a blue light. So I'm going to stick that into the light and tape it to the light, and then bring the thread out and tape it onto here, the light. So if I need to turn the light on, it's going to shoot directly down the fibre and into my light. So I'm going to do that when I go home. But it's looking really good. So what we've got now is this. I'll show you this terrible injury that I have, not like the last one. Nearly as bad though. Can you see this red mark here? It's gone on to a bit of a welt now because I've done it about 4 or 5 times. If I don't release evenly with my thumb and pinky, as I spoke about before, and there's too much thumb, it goes that way and the string will hit me in the arm, and I can say to James, that's gone left. And what happens when we go down there, James?
It definitely goes left.
It goes left. I can tell if the string hits me here, and I think that's why Rio Wild wears a little protector there, because I've moved the string under, as we said in our other things. But I tell you what, listen to this. If I don't hit there, it's a 6. It's an X, it's a spider, whatever you want to call it. I've made the bow much more accurate, but in doing so, it can't tolerate any small mistakes. So now I really have to practice this release to make sure that it is exactly even, and I get the pull back so it goes straight down the field. So it's looking good. So I'd like to thank Peter Fairhall, the coach. They call him Coach Fairhall, because he's the one who said I should get the string further under so it's more in line with my eye. So I've got that under there now with 2 fingers on either side of the jaw there. But if I make a slight mistake, it hits my arm, and you'll go, well, that's silly because it's hitting your arm. No, if the shot is good, it doesn't hit my arm. I deserve to be hit in the arm if it's a bad shot. It's a good reminder. And the other one is having the finger sling, which I thought was for protection. I put that on now, and that absolutely kills that front hand, because I make no attempt to catch the bow. But remember not to pre-catch. Right, James? Pre-catch. Pre-catching is when you're about to fire, and you do fire, but you catch too early. The arrow hasn't actually left your system yet. Hasn't left your system. It's on the way out maybe, and you start to catch the bow. That's called pre-catch. If you pre-catch, you will move your front hand and you'll change the course of the bow. If you make no attempt to catch the bow, how can there be pre-catch? So using the finger sling and just not catching the bow should stop pre-catch. It should stop gripping and talking. It should stop all those things. So I know I do that now, so I've just got to make sure, I've got to concentrate on this release to make sure I fire it evenly and square, and it's a 6 every time. So who did I thank? I thanked Peter Fairhall, the coach. Metamucil. Trent, they call him. He told me about the finger sling, and he said he would sue us for theft of intellectual property if I didn't mention that he told me to use this so I don't grab the bow.
So thanks, Metamucil, for that one.
So we thank you, Trent. We thank you so much. So much.